She had already been given a chance. But now, after another violation, this judge had to decide whether to give her one final chance or keep the $500,000 bond in place. And what happened in this courtroom made the consequences impossible to ignore.
Entered pleas of true to counts 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 in a motion to revoke that probation. I've received an updated report from probation. Have you both had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor, and just for the court, since this report was completed, this morning, Mr. Josie disposed of the allegations regarding allegations 1 and 2, and is changing his plea to true for those.
Let me get that pulled up and we can go over it. I'm just going to print it. I think it'll be easier. There's no agreement still. It's still unagreed. Is that correct?
Yes, sure.
So, Mr. Josie, best you can, raise your right hand. Please, sir, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. So, Mr. Josie, in that motion to revoke your community supervision that we went through before, it looks like the punishment then was a 2-year sentence that was probated for 5 years. And with regard to counts 1 and 2, count 1 alleges that you committed the offense of evading arrest, a Class A misdemeanor, February 22nd of 2026. And is that true or not true?
True.
Count 2 alleges that you committed the offense of burglary of a vehicle, a Class A misdemeanor, March 9th of 2026. And is that true or not true?
True.
All right. Did you enter your pleas of true now to counts 1 and 2 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And because they're actually true?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to find then all of the counts 1 through 9 that you entered your pleas of true freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Mr. Wilkerson, or do you have any witnesses? Anybody have witnesses with regard to before punishment?
Statements.
Just, yes, we have.
You may call your witness.
Defendant first, call Bradford Josie.
Go ahead.
Mr. Josie, when you were released in October 2025, what was your situation when you were released from custody to begin probation?
I was homeless and I was working towards sustaining a large responsibility of being a community liaison for Councilman Felshaw. I was working in ministry at One City Church, and I didn't have a place to stay, and I was spread way too thin to have all my support in Houston. I'm from Houston.
Now, obviously, anytime you have a case like this, right, where somebody is released on probation, given an opportunity, and immediately doesn't show up, doesn't do anything, the question is always, well, why should I give you another chance? What do you propose to the court will be different if you are allowed to be reinstated with some sort of sanction, some sort of treatment program?
Mm-hmm. The lengths that I've gone to acquire solid accountability and solid backing that hold the integral witness of the community of Beaumont. Most of my accountability had been, I would say, sort of ineffective because it was out of reach. It was in Houston, and so what I've done is what I've been able to accomplish.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay. All of this, my accountability and you're 36.
Yes.
You're not 18. So I need to hear a little more about the answer to Mr. Wilkerson's question.
So specifically, if the court were to reinstate you with some sort of sanctions,
Mm-hmm.
What is your plan upon discharge?
My plan upon discharge is to attend Unity Treatment Center and through Spindletop, follow up with a primary care doctor that could have me on the right medications. I was in Harris Health, in Houston, and it was hard going back and forth from Beaumont to Houston to keep up my prescriptions, and that's how I went into that lapse. So I would get associated with Unity Treatment Center under Ron Harris as the director, and I would reassume my role in
So
sobriety.
your plan then would be to transition from being incarcerated directly into an inpatient treatment facility.
Most definitely.
And through Unity, you would have a case manager then who would coordinate with Spindletop.
Most definitely.
Now, obviously, your mother will talk about what she's done, but is it your understanding that some preparation and groundwork has been laid toward those goals of getting both mental health treatment and drug treatment?
Extensive.
In terms of, I mean, when you got out the first time, you fell off the wagon.
I sure did.
And in terms of discharge from incarceration, do you think it would be beneficial for some sort of coordination of care? Obviously, mental health caseload, but some sort of discharge from where you go directly from county jail to Unity?
I'm in agreement, and also I do seek to involve myself with further outpatient care that I would usually seek. I think that's one of the missing things that I've never implemented was a follow-up. I've never done a solid follow-up with anything that I've done as far as treatment. And so I would look for the outpatient program of after Unity, which would be Spindletop's outpatient program.
And then you have any objections to participating in the Jefferson County Drug Interdiction or Intervention Program?
I have no objections for that.
You understand that would.
This is where the hearing takes a serious turn. The judge's questions are no longer just about whether she can afford bond. They start getting dangerously close to the facts of the case. And the defense knows exactly how risky those questions could become.
Despite these violations, that it would be a last opportunity.
Yes, I'm aware.
And so you've spent 138 days in custody now, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And instead of saying, Judge, just give me a short sentence and be done with me, you're asking this court to continue your supervision with modified terms.
Yes, that is what I'm asking for.
And you understand that, of course, that your probation will still run for 5 years and you'll be under all of these restrictions and conditions for the entirety of that time.
I am aware. Yes, sir.
Do you think that that plan has a better chance of keeping you accountable than just going to state jail and being discharged from state jail?
Most definitely. I waited out, and I actually sought wise counsel outside of my own planning. In my own, I don't have a background of recommending treatment to people, so I sought the insight of people who do this on a weekly basis, people who go into prisons to deliver a message of sobriety, and they all decided sort of as like a small panel that this is the best thing for me to do.
As far as medication and mental health treatment is concerned, are you currently receiving treatment while in the custody of Jefferson County Sheriff's Department?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And is your medication working?
They just changed it. It started working effectively, I would say about a month ago, before I became a full-time trustee.
Pass the witness, Sean.
Mr. Smith?
So, Mr. Josie, this consortium of experts determined that Unity was the best place for you. if the judge were to consider placing you into some kind of treatment, you told probation that you would not do substance abuse felony punishment facility. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, would you please,
Safety.
You don't want to do safety. You told probation you
Don't
would
want-
not do safety.
I don't want to do safety.
Okay. And you were not sure about ISF?
I'm not indifferent towards it. I would oblige.
Well, that's very gracious of you to accept something like that. That's really saying a lot that you would allow the judge to put you in something like that. You understand you don't have the choice here. You don't get to decide where you go, that the judge does. And this magi that you've consulted, who says that Unity is the best program, you expect everybody here and the judge especially to agree with that just because you say it. That's fairly arrogant, isn't it?
Well, actually, I do appreciate and look forward to everyone's honorable opinion. Like I said, I don't have much experience giving any recommendation to anybody outside of sponsoring people for AA.
No further questions.
Mr. Wilkerson.
Just want to follow up, just to be clear, Mr. Josie, obviously, whatever the court does, you're going to comply with the order.
Yes, sir.
You did previously indicate that you thought that the substance abuse track of ISF would be more appropriate for you. Would you understand that the court certainly, if it is to consider, if the court is even considering reinstatement, that the court has, of course, the option of safety. There are two different tracks at ISF. You're aware of all of this, correct?
Yes, I'm aware.
All right. And you're asking the court to reinstate you, to give you an opportunity to continue supervision and to receive both the drug treatment and mental health treatment that you require.
Yes, I do.
Okay. You also have restitution in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
All right. Pass the witness.
Anything else, Mr. Smith?
Okay.
So, and I'll allow you to call his mom, but I am going to just tell you now that if I continue Mr. Josie on probation, it will not be at a place that's not a lockdown facility. So, the Unity House might have been something that was an opportunity at one point, but Mr. Josie he never showed up. He never did anything, and he committed 2 new offenses, has admitted to serious substance abuse issues with some mental health diagnosis as well. So ideally, for his benefit, special needs safety is the best place because it takes care of both at the same time. And so if I'm going to consider anything, if you want to call his mom, but to go through, and I appreciate if she's done that to try to get him in a outpatient or a place that's not locked down, but that's not going to be where I am.
Right. And I understand that, Judge. And so one of the things that we have talked about, and his mother is kind of giving her kind of last ditch effort too. She's getting older, but one of the things that we've discussed is whatever sanction, if the court were to consider reinstatement, whatever sanction the court imposed upon his release from that, to then be released into the program at Unity so he can have that 30 days plus the access to the case manager to work with Spindletop and
I'm not opposed to any of that. The way it'll work is probation will make that ultimate determination on what the aftercare is and where the best place is. If it's through Spindletop, if it's through Unity, or if it's through something else, I'm going to let them make that decision. So it's not, I'm not going to say right now because I don't know how he'll do and say, okay, for sure, when he gets out, it's one thing or the other. It's going to be whatever the experts say it should be. So I'm gonna rely on them for that. All right.
I do think it's notable, Judge, and I wanted to call Miss Josie because she has put a lot of effort into this, but I think she hears the court as well, and I don't think that's going to be necessary. I do think it is.
And I see her in the court, and I appreciate you being here and everything you've done. And I hope you appreciate where I'm coming from on this with regard to some more intensive treatment for a longer period of time.
I do think that it is worth noting that despite the fact that at this point, having already 135 days, and if he could get a short, safe peace sentence, the possibility of him being out in 6 months and being done versus going to treatment, I think it says something, Judge, that he is asking for that opportunity.
Sure. And no, I appreciate that as well. And Mr. Josie, I mean, Mr. Wilkerson is right. You could take some time and probably be done at some point around the same time, probably a little later if I gave the whole 2 years. But if you really want to do better in your life and not continue to make the same mistakes that you've been making, then I would hope that you would take this opportunity and take advantage of it and be successful on the probation and not be back in court on another case. Because if you just do your time, you're not going to get, I think you need some inpatient lockdown
Understand.
type treatment. All right. Anything else then?
Nothing.
Probation's here. Yes, ma'am.
Right. He just has those 2 new misdemeanors, Judge, that would have to be resolved.
They took care of them
Okay,
already.
Just to.
Thank you, Ms. Kane.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what I'm going to do then, Mr. Josie, and I appreciate that you came in and took it, responsibility for the 2 new cases as well, and that you've worked those out. That makes a difference for me as well. So I am going to find that those new pleas of true to 1 and 2 were made freely and voluntarily. Find all of the counts true, 1 through 9. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue you on probation. I'm going to order as a condition of your probation that you enter and successfully complete the safety program. If the special needs safety is what's warranted, I'll let probation go through that with all of the assessments, and then that's where you would go. When you're out, you'll go through whatever recommended aftercare treatment there is. Anything you want to do in addition to what they order is great. But they'll go through with you what the appropriate thing would be, and what's also acceptable through probation and things like that. I do want to make sure you understand this opportunity. The first opportunity you got to be on probation was a big opportunity. Getting another one is, it's not going to happen again.
The judge didn't give her the break she was asking for. Instead, the $500,000 bond stayed in place, and the case moved forward with the consequences now much more serious. If you want more real courtroom cases where one decision can change everything, subscribe to Courtroom Confidential Legal.